guys, welcome back to the Small Time Critics podcast. I am one third of the Small Time Critics. My name is Mo.
Hashi.
And we have very special guests in the building today. Actually, one of our first guests ever on the Small Time Critics podcast.
Huh? Yeah, bro. Was I one of the first?
Yeah, you were one of the first, bro. Yeah, early days, man. Early days. So you just heard his voice. You know what I'm saying? The main man, one of the busiest guys in the business. Everything, Lowry. Welcome.
Thank you guys for having me back, man.
On, man.
And wait, you guys aren't small time critics, bro.
We're small time.
The stuff I'm seeing ain't small.
I appreciate
it. Bro, you guys, I was on holiday and I'm watching the BFI London Film Festival, man.
That's all him.
Killing it.
Hey.
That's all him.
Thank you, my bro.
Hashi was, he was working
that
hard.
Ain't small time, man.
I appreciate that, man.
Maybe later on we'll rebrand to something different. We'll see in it. But Larry, thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, man.
Guys, socials down below. Make sure you check out all of Larry's stuff. He's got great content, great reviews. You know what I'm saying? Gets things earlier than most. So if you want to see an opinion on a show or something, go check that out. You did a review for Day of the Jackal, right?
Yeah.
And Silo.
Silo
1 to 9.
Silo
1 to 8, sorry, because the last
1
one's
to 9.
1 to 9, because the last one.
Apple, you need to. I need that 10th episode.
He needs that 10th episode.
I need that 10th episode.
He literally said at the start of the review. I need that. I need that.
I watched it. But go check out his channel. It's really, really good. So definitely down in the description below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when the videos are coming out. And for this episode, we are finally here for Gladiator 2. I assume one of our most anticipated for everyone, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Me too as well. Everyone liked the original Gladiator?
Of course, yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. It fluctuates between a 4.5 star and a 5 all the time.
And a 5?
Bro,
I would probably give Gladiator a 5.
Yeah?
I think it stood the test of time for me. And that's one of the films I've rewatched quite often throughout the years.
It is really good, I ain't gonna lie, man. Yeah. But so earlier this week, we all linked up at the multimedia screening with a bunch of others that you've probably seen on the channel as well. That was fun. So we watched Gladiator 2. I guess we'll start with a non-spoiler quickly and then we'll get on with the spoiler review. So I'll go with you, Hash, first.
Okay.
So non-spoiler, what do you think?
Boy, this was the epic we needed and deserved. Honestly, this film delivered on the goods.
Yeah.
I was entertained. It gave me everything I wanted. Everything that we spoke about beforehand. Yeah. Before the film came out. Yeah. Everything with Denzel, everything from the trailer, it delivered. You know what I'm saying? I was afraid that, for example, Denzel's best scenes were in the trailer. You know what I mean? Those were the, you know what I mean? Those were the leftovers. They saved the good stuff for the film. Yeah. And we were treated to a outstanding film. There are a couple of issues which we would get into throughout the review, but all in all, outstanding film, wonderful film for this year, and I'm going to say right now, there's a couple of Academy Award potential in this. A couple of Academy Award nomination potential in this film. That'd be lovely. That'd be great to talk to you guys about. But
cool. Larry, what are you saying, bro?
I'm on a similar level.
Yeah.
When it was first announced, I was like, why are we getting a Gladiator 2?
Yeah.
I was like, we don't need it.
Yeah.
And then Ridley's latest recent films, unfortunately, I haven't enjoyed. Napoleon. I didn't watch. What was the one that you said? The Last Duel. I didn't watch that.
The Last Duel, which I did like.
I didn't
but that was from a script from Nicole Hollis Center, Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck, which was a. I thought it was like a very Rashomon, Akira Kurosawa-esque kind of story. That's why I liked it a lot.
Probably will get around to watching it, but it wasn't high on my list.
Yeah.
What else was it? House of Gucci, another one of meh.
Yeah.
Was it?
House of Gucci is such a bad film. It's like a good bad film because of that, how terrible Jared Leto is in that. It's kind of funny.
That's the one Gaga's in, right?
Yeah. And then the Alien Covenant. Yeah. Again, that was another.
Yeah.
So when this was announced, his run into it, especially Napoleon. Napoleon was the one I was the most disappointed with.
Napoleon was so bad. I remember the whole kind of the when I checked out that film was when he went to the English general and said, "Oh, you guys are so arrogant because you have boats," or something like that. And I'm like, "That's what I'm out. I'm out of the film. I'm out of the film."
We heard an English accent throughout the whole film, and my man's French. There was not one. There was nothing in that film. I'm cool if you're not gonna be historically accurate, then at least entertain me. And apart from, I will say what Ridley does do well are his battle scenes.
Yeah, the Battle of Austerlitz, for example.
Brilliant. The ice one.
Yeah, the ice one. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. But so But yeah, I'm with you. I thought this surprised me.
Yeah.
I think with the cast announcements, especially with Denzel, that definitely installed some confidence in the film.
Yes.
He doesn't assign himself to bad.
And stuff. Pedro Pascal, because Pedro Pascal largely doesn't really make bad decisions in regards to stuff.
He doesn't.
He does feel like he's everywhere though, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's in everything almost.
Yeah, but he's in good stuff though.
Yeah, it's true.
His agent's doing well.
Oh, yeah.
He's working in the right places. So I agree. I'm with you. I still think June 2, part 2, pips it for me.
Oh yeah.
But Gladiator is definitely up there.
Yeah. For me, it's like June part 2 is like still number 1 film of the year for me. Still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that stuck with me the most.
I can't wait till we do our top 10s. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Anyway, I really, really enjoyed this movie. I think me and you actually discussed after we walked out the screening. Yeah. They tried to do kind of like they could try to go the Top Gun Maverick route.
Yes.
Where they don't deviate too much from the story.
Yeah.
And just trying to, I guess, not modernize it because it is a period kind of piece in it, but they tried to go Top Gun Maverick route without changing too much, I suppose, isn't it? But I really, really enjoyed the movie. I thought the performances were great. The story, it's not anything special, but the way they executed it, especially with Denzel's role in the movie, I thought was brilliant, honestly. Yeah. Every time he was on screen, I thought he stole the show.
Oh, yeah.
Like, honestly. He was fantastic. Paul Mescal was great as well. Yeah, I don't know. It's obviously not number 1, like you lot are saying. June 2 is number 1 and whatnot for the year. But this is really up there for me, and I actually can't wait to rewatch it. Honestly, not many movies this year have done that for me. Yeah, where I'm like, I can't wait to go back and check this out again. But this is one of them. And another thing I want to highlight that I really, really enjoyed in this movie is the fight choreography and the way he does it. Like, especially the hand-to-hand combat. Yeah. There's no cuts. And I love when I can see what's happening.
Like John Wick style.
I love that kind of stuff. It was so good. The way he shot all of those kinds of scenes, I thought were brilliant as well. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this. I liked it a lot, man. I would recommend this to anybody, honestly. Yeah, so.
I've already booked my IMAX for the 15th.
Screening, is it?
Yeah, I've already booked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm have to see it again.
We were at the screening. You were like, I was late, and you were like, they're gonna try and tell you to go to Screen X. Tell them no.
Tell them no. I'm literally.
You have to watch this.
I'm screaming on the phone. Like, you have to come in. Don't let them give you the other wristband. You know what I mean?
They told me they were like that Screen X. I said no, my friend. My friend. But great film, man. I guess we can get into spoilers now. Yeah. Who wants to start it off?
Yeah, let Larry start.
So I'll say, and I'm with you on. When I got out of the cinema, we was gassed. Yeah,
gassed.
Yeah. Like I was like, this is what we needed. Yeah, they fed the streets, all that gas talk. But then I will definitely say I'm actually happy Warner gave this to us like almost 2 weeks prior. Because it did give me time to actually think about the film more rather than just reacting on impulse from coming out of the cinema. Right. And I still think it's a solid film. Yeah. But after, typing my review and thinking about things more, it's not a film that pushes the needle in an action genre way. Yeah. I would definitely say one of the things for me is it was the emotion that didn't stay with me. There are certain moments in the first Gladiator film that, it sticks with you and they hit different. Yeah. And they tried to do it in this film. There's definitely a lot of like-for-like comparisons from the first and second, which is cool. It's a sequel. Yeah. But you mentioned Top Gun Maverick. Yeah. And that scene where Tom Cruise just comes out of nowhere and does the actual training. Gladiator was missing that. Yeah. And there were scenes where I was hoping that was going to happen. Yeah. Like the bit where he claps the dust in his hand and stick. But then it kind of fizzles out. That's my take on the film.
Do you think what you're talking about they tried to do with the battle with the water? Do you think that's what they're trying to do with that, to make it that kind of, do you know what I mean? Like they wanted that scene to be the one where it's like, the needle pusher.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It didn't quite do that for me.
Yeah, okay. And again, I think that then also is a great segue into one of the major issues in the film was the CGI of the baboons.
Oh, that was so bad.
Towards the kind of start of the film.
That was bad.
And the CGI of the shark as well You know what I mean?
So about that
Sharknado.
though,
Sharknado.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, when the baboons popped out, the CGI wasn't great, but I was like, oh, this is cool. He's fighting a big ass monkey. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But when the water battle happened and the sharks are like eating people, I don't know why I felt like it just felt cartoony to me for some reason.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, this doesn't fit for me in this type of movie. So that was one of my gripes.
But the reason why I give it grace is because they had to CGI the whole of the Coliseum all the time.
It's an ambitious film.
Yeah.
How do you get the sharks in there? Logistically, this doesn't make sense, bro.
Bro, there was another scene where they're playing football.
Yes, and I turned to Mo straight away. Like, bro, football was invented in the 1800s.
I was with the
late 1800s. Like,
I was like, wait. Were they just playing football? Yeah. And then because you're in the film, she was like, I don't know, like it skipped quite.
Yeah.
But I saw 2 goalposts. And kids kicking the ball around.
Yeah. Left foot, right foot. You know what I mean?
Anyone watching this, any historians, someone needs to clarify. I don't think it's legit, but it could be. But
did you see that guy, the historian, talking about the rhinos before the movie came out?
I saw some articles, but I didn't read them.
So he was basically talking about how like it's so funny because people were pissed off. He was talking about basically like those rhinos, they never used those breeds back in those gladiator days, and people are like, are you really complaining about the rhinos?
That's
like,
too nitpicky. I will say on the CGI. For me, it was split. There were some moments where I was like, okay, this looks really impressive. The rebuilding the Coliseum. I think the crowd, they did very well with that. The rhino scene was good.
The rhino scene was very good.
That was good. The monkeys, whilst they didn't look realistic, he's fighting and you can't tell. That bit looks good. But I do agree there were some moments, even the end scene with the 2 armies, the boundaries of animation does start to
you can see it.
You can start to see it. But it's an ambitious film, so I'm not like you said, I'm not too hard on it. But
that makes sense. I think one of my other gripes with the movie is sort of Paul Mescal's character Lucius.
Yes.
His
Hallow.
Yeah, his thing throughout the whole movie was kind of like he had these. He basically had daddy issues in a way, or mummy issues, whatever you want to call it, really. But like, I felt like his turn was too easy and too quick.
And that's kind of what Lara was alluding to,
when like he fought Pedro Pascal, Pedro Pascal just said a few lines to him, and then it was like, oh my God, what am I doing?
Bro, if he got your wife body, this is spoilers, isn't it?
Spoilers.
If he got your wife body, you're not sitting there going,
bro,
I'm finishing you.
100%.
The immediate forgiveness was crazy, and the fact that the first time Lucius sees his mother, you're thinking that's going to be a crazy, like he's going to be obviously be a bit hesitant to start with, then obviously break and, you know what I mean, and be like literally embrace his mum, and the way they played it was like very kind of like cold, and then the second time it's a very,
I love you.
That's it, you know what I mean?
It's like, what?
It just wasn't earned, and again, I think Paul Mescal, he's a phenomenal actor. I just think he was just let down by the scripts.
It's weird though. I did like that scene when him and his mum were Connie Nielsen, they were talking in the cell. And they kind of embraced that. Some reason, even though it was a quick like change of character for him, I did enjoy that scene. I think it's just that though for me is like a testament of their like acting skills. Like they really acted that scene pretty well.
But prior to the film, I didn't see the hype over Paul. And even sitting in my seat, I was like, I don't see it.
I'm with you, yeah.
But this film, he did convince me. I thought he did. He grew with the film pause, but like I think he performed well being a son of Maximus. But he made his own lane. I did like him in the movie.
I think Paul was phenomenal in Normal People. I think that's where he broke out as a star. Normal People, the TV show. And then he was good in a very bad film called Foe that I watched last year's LFF. It was a terrible film. Terrible film. But he was good in it. And I could see from that he could play he could play this kind of thing. And again, I think he was good. I just think at times the kind of script let the kind of film down. And to go back to what you guys have both said, the kind of Top Gun maverication of the kind of like certain kind of contemporary sequels in Hollywood have now kind of said, okay, let's just follow the Top Gun Maverick model and just like basically a similar story, just build upon it like to basically satisfy and entertain modern audiences.
Do you guys mind that, or would you prefer that they come up with another original story?
I want another original story, or for them to build upon that first story in a cool way. as Top Gun Maverick did. You know what I'm saying? Because that was organic. And Hollywood, whenever they see a hit, they tend to
duplicate it.
Let's just duplicate that. Remember the 3D phase?
Yeah. I couldn't see it apart from Avatar. I went to see so many 3D movies, and I was just like
literally, they said, "Oh, that works. That's the most, you know what I mean, the most profitable film in history.
Yeah.
Let's just do that. Clash of Titans 1, Clash of Titans 2,
Transformers,
and you're like, this is terrible. You know what I mean? Every single time I'm going to the cinema on weekend, I've got to take these freaking glasses with me. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I hate 3D so much.
It was so bad.
I think if it's used to enhance your experience in an artistic way, I think the second Avatar did it really well.
Yes, they did.
I don't think I watched it in 3D though.
But aside from that, if you're just putting it in there, then
for the sake of it, isn't it?
Exactly.
Shall we talk about Denzel then?
The GOAT.
Macronus.
Oh my goodness!
What a performance! It's his film.
It's his film. That's we have to say that it's his film.
I really did not think he was going to be in the film as much as he was.
Yes.
And I was plenty.
I agree with you.
I was afraid when I saw the first trailer. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was afraid. I thought this is gonna be a bad film. I wasn't hyped at all.
Bad film.
I honestly, because I thought they've given us all three of Denzel's best scenes. He's not going to be in it a lot. That's why I was afraid. Honestly, I was afraid.
Training Day in Rome.
By the way, you know what I mean? Alonzo Harris. I mean, that's my guy.
What was his best scene in the movie?
But I have to say this. Stephen Geekface said that Macronus is the descendant of
he did say
Alonzo
this
Harris.
actually.
You know
Sorry.
He said that Alonzo Harris is related. You know what I mean? His
Stephen.
long lost grandfather, you know what I mean, is Macronus in Gladiator 2.
Shout out to
and
Stephen.
I thought, Stephen, that is a freaking line.
Fair enough, man.
Are you saying what's his best scene in Training Day?
No, I mean, we can do Training Day, but I was going to say Gladiator 2.
We might be here all day if you did that.
I like the scene with the head.
Wait, where he was turning it on.
And something about, when he got the chairs, the Emperor chairs, and he just went.
He just
presses it. Something about that, I was like, this guy, he's excellent. Every facial expression, every movement, everything is just like when he grabs his clothes and he just flicks over the shawl over his, like something about it. Just I don't know, man.
It's so how tactile he is, and the fact that he's so kind of expressive with his whole body when he's acting. Yeah. Like even the way, like you said, he grabs his robes. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. The way he just, you know what I mean,
his fingers.
Like the whole tapping of all
that
the rings.
Thing. Yeah, when he was like this, I don't know what it is. Every decision that he made,
and even like the way he goes for like when he's at the Senate and he's talking about he wants to take the power basically, and the way he kind of goes like, the guy starts prowling like a freaking lion.
Yeah. Even just how he analyzes situations. He's sitting in the back, but you see him just like, and he's not looking at the fight. He's looking at how people react. He clocked that was his mum from Time. And it really was a majestic performance from Denzel.
Yeah, he was the mastermind behind everything.
Also, there's a scene where they're in the royal court and they're showing Halo for the first time to the emperors.
When she said, "Is this your gladiator?"
Yeah, it's your gladiator. And you see the light. It's just on Denzel. Yeah. And he's like literally in the middle of the frame. The two emperors are on the side. Yeah. And it's just the Denzel show. You know what I'm saying? He's just watching and stuff like that. It was crazy.
He's so good.
Some of the lines. There was one line where he spoke to someone who was high up in the court. I forgot the great character actor. I forgot his name, the older gentleman. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And he's in his house. He's been literally like basically being a bookmaker on the side, absolutely just running up this guy's tab. And he goes, "I own this house now." That scene where the brother's kissing him and saying that goes, "I own your house."
At the bottom of the stairs.
He's like, "I want your trust."
Bro, like, what you like? You don't have no money now. That was a good scene, actually.
The way he's just kissing his, it's okay. It's like, it's okay. It's just kissing him on the cheek, because it's okay. Yeah, I own your house, but I want your trust. Yeah. You know what I mean? The way he said, just the way he enunciates stuff, and what the words he chooses to emphasize, it's always great, honestly.
And then how he puts the two Emperor brothers against each other.
That's brilliant.
And the way Ridley Scott shot that scene where it's like the guy's going after his brother with the knife, and then Joseph Quinn's character's like, "Help me." And you think, wait, who's he? First of all, I'm like, who's he talking to? Then what's gonna happen? And Denzel takes the guy's hand. And that was kind of a gory, bro.
That was mad gory, bro.
Nuts,
bro. Yeah. Like that was a really well done scene, man.
I think Denzel. This is back to the narrative.
Yeah.
I think Denzel, he slowed the pace down, and that was probably another negative critique I had about Gladiators, that they wanted to get from point A to B so quick, and on top of that, there's quite a few things going on at the same time. When Denzel comes onto screen, it just slows the pace down, and you're able to absorb and see what's going on. But then when Paul's on the screen, like what you're saying, 1 minute he's not liking his mum. Next minute, oh mummy.
Yeah.
Next minute he's training. Next minute, so I think that's another thing that Denzel's moments on screen are so great because he slowed the pace down and he controlled everything.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like they're weirdly like tense, but it's also almost like they're breathable moments. Like you can take a moment and there's
and also the fact that Denzel is known as a leading man.
Yeah,
and you're thinking, oh, is he going to be a supporting character in this? But like we were saying, he basically was the lead. And what was incredible about his performance is the fact that he had like an internal wound. The fact that we found out later in the film that he once was a slave, that he once was a gladiator.
Was branded.
For Marcus Aurelius. You know what I mean? This wonderful guy that everyone venerates. And even now in contemporary times, people venerate, we do call it Marcus Aurelius because of the stoicism and all that kind of stuff. And how that's kind of in fashion now. And him saying, look, the great Marcus Aurelius did this to me, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And then it forms the whole movie for me. Because I was like, when I watch it on Friday, I'm going to now know that, okay, he was a slave, and I want to see how that informs the performance now.
You're going to now look at even the granular details.
Yeah. And like, when he talks about, what do I look for in a gladiator, is rage. And you can see
he has rage inside.
There you go. And he's still upset that he was a slave and he was treated that way. You know what I mean? And the way they talk about like life in a meritocracy, say only in Rome can a gladiator, you know what I mean?
Right.
Go from a slave to a gladiator, to, you know what I mean, to an emperor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's an
I'll
incredible film.
Note out Joseph Quinn.
Oh man.
Thank you, Larry. Man. Oh man, I've got so much to say about this.
Emperor Ghetto, something like that. Yeah.
Because I was turning to Montres all the time.
And was it Fred
Heshinger?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those two?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's that guy. That guy. He's taking all the roles where he's that piece of garbage in every film.
The brother, the short one.
Yeah, the short one.
He was demented in this film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he played that so well. Yeah. But I think Joseph Quinn, for me, I didn't see Joseph Quinn. I actually didn't see that. And there were a couple times like, wait, is that is Joseph Quinn?
Yeah.
So that role that he played was absolutely brilliant.
Killed it.
Because he was scared, but then he had to put on the front. And just seeing that fear gradually grow and then force him to make silly decisions. Yeah. Play with the gladiator and all that type of stuff. I thought that was very well acted.
Yeah. And I think what was incredible, because again, it was a very small role in comparison to everyone else.
Yeah.
But he did so much with it. Yeah. And the way he conveyed so much feeling and emotion on his face, without having to say anything, you knew exactly where he was in the scene and where he was in the story. Yeah. And especially like when he's realizing that Hallow is more than just the gladiator, and he's talking about poetry and stuff like that. Oh, that's the...
Where did you learn that from?
Where did you learn that? You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. And it was really good. And even towards when Pedro Pascal's character, Eustace, is it Acadus?
Pedro Pascal, Marcus Acacius.
Yeah. It was Eustace, right? The name...
They did mention a Eustace.
They did mention a Eustace,
I can't remember who it was.
But I believe... Anyway. So when one of the first scenes with all of them together, he has a knife to Pedro Pascal's throat. Do you remember?
Who does?
The sword. Joseph Quinn.
Joseph Quinn. Okay.
And even that scene was just so well played because they were saying so much without saying anything, kind of thing. Yeah. And that was a great kind of start.
Is this when they were trying to force him to
take Persia and take India?
Yes.
Stuff like that. And he was sick of all the death and all that kind of stuff. And Pedro he did so much with so little as well. Yeah. And he was fantastic. And again, it's very rare Pedro's bad in anything, you know what I'm saying? Even, I think, in The Wild Robot, I felt like a lot of the stuff that he did in that film wasn't necessarily needed, but he was great in it as well. And just like this film.
He was great in The Wild Robot.
So,
I don't know. Yeah. I will say, though, I feel like it's weird. Like, Pedro Pascal, obviously, he was great. I love him and everything. But I will say it could have been anyone as that character. I don't think, like...
I hear it.
He wasn't in the movie much, and also there wasn't anything like for me special about the performance too much, and I feel like most people could have probably played that.
I do agree with that. Yeah. I think whoever was the casting director did a phenomenal job because they put people in the film that would get bums on seats.
Yeah,
and then the film was then able to then break out new people in roles. So the Pedro effect was probably used to bring people that love Pedro.
Yeah.
And then obviously what happens to him.
Yeah.
But then we've still got good characters, a story that's entertaining to take us to the end.
Yeah,
it was smart.
Nah, good movie, man. Do you guys have anything else you want to bring up? I mean, we had Matt Lucas in this.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Matt Lucas was great. He was great.
At one point, he just went like that, and all his wine went everywhere.
Yeah.
The way we like started laughing at that, I was so, because I reckon that was by accident. Because the way he did that, like,
it was really well done.
This was so spontaneous. Honestly, it was great.
We had the guy from I think you pointed out, from Game of Thrones. Is it a Hound?
Yes,
the Hound was in here.
Oh yeah, he played the general.
One of the generals.
Yeah. A few people in this. I mean,
it's a solid film.
Yeah.
I think people should go into it just knowing that you're going to be entertained.
Yeah.
The historical accuracy it might not be there.
That's whatever, innit?
And again, the story follows a lot of the beats of the first film.
Yeah.
As well. But again, you're going to be entertained. You're going to have a wonderful night at the cinema.
And that's what we go to the cinema for.
Yes. Yeah. It's a fun night, I think, for anyone. Don't expect anything super like complex about the story or anything like that.
There's ain't going to be no Game of Thrones intricacy.
Yeah, exactly. The only real complexity is Denzel in the film. And that's why he's the standout in the film.
Because that's the perfect way to
And what do you think about the Emperor's backstory though? I think they mentioned only something slightly. They were raised by wolves or something like that. I don't know. Would you lot want to hear more about that, or are you lot cool with just that?
I was cool with what I heard. I remember when I heard that, because again, the fact that it was just such a throwaway line.
It was literally a throwaway line. They like saw a statue of like a wolves and two babies.
Oh yeah,
that's Romulus and Remus, and
they just quickly just said, oh yeah, they were raised by wolves or whatever. They brushed past it.
I think when you get into that realm, then you need to start being correct with what you're saying, and then you start getting nitpicked even more. So then it stops from being a fun, entertaining watch. Now you're watching it with a different eye. So I think he got the balance right with this film.
I hear that. Yeah.
He redeemed himself after Napoleon. Because that film was shocking.
That's horrible. I think this film will definitely get nominations for awards.
So what are we saying about nominations? Who you
Denzel, Academy Award nominated.
Supporting actor?
Yeah.
He might even be the first supporting to get lead. Bro, to say,
like, maybe. But I don't, again...
Listen, can a movie have two leads?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There was a film recently that they should have done two leads.
Like, if I tell you a rom-com, it's always most likely going to have two leads, a rom-com. So, like, can a movie like this have two leads? Can he go up for Best Actor?
But the thing is, it just depends, because obviously we've come out of a strike.
Yeah.
And a lot of the better films that were going to come out this year have been pushed and punted to next year, kind of thing. Yeah. And you only have really, like, a top film being... For me, like Sing Sing, Challenges, and of course June Part 2. Yeah. So again, all the other films that fill that out, and obviously I think Anora will probably be in there as well. But again, there's not many big like top, actor like who will be probably nominated. And I mean, I think there'll be a lot of actresses that will be going for kind of like just lead,
more
stuff like that.
Then
going for supporting. But I think you're right. Like Denzel, again, there could be some category fraud stuff happening.
Yeah.
But for me, supporting is going to be a cakewalk. It'll be similar to Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer.
Yes.
How easy it will be for him just to literally go walk through award season, getting every award, and then having a great, I
think Joseph will be nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't think of any.
I don't think Paul will be nominated.
I can't think of any more like Denzel. It might be the best performance of the year. I can't think of anything else. Honestly.
It's such a great performance, though. And if it not to be recognized,
and you don't know I'm not biased when it comes to this. These guys go on to me after the screening.
Oh yeah.
Denzel. Denzel, he's the goal, man.
Because I think after every top scene from Denzel, I'll be like, no, you see.
No, I get it, innit? And this would be like, if he does win this, it would be his third, right?
Third, yeah. Glory, Training Day, and this.
Glory was supporting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this,
And then he's gonna go and do theatre next year at Broadway. Othello.
Yeah.
Right, he's the goat. Like he can do whatever he wants.
How does he look younger as well in the movie?
Well, Grey suits him.
Fam!
Grey suits him. He was looking. But he's dapping people up. Bro, did they know how to dap at that time?
No, they didn't. He was just doing it.
He's like, yo, he can do whatever he wants.
He was like, I'm from around the way. He might as well have just said that. You know what I mean?
He should have said, I'm leaving here for something. You know what? If they included that, I would have said 5-star film.
5-star, yeah.
While he's killing Joseph Quinn, leaving him.
I would love to watch him in Broadway, man.
Yeah.
Because I even though I watched Macbeth at the the London Film Festival at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Denzel's one, yeah.
I don't think because I was so tired. I don't think I actually
took it in.
Yeah. But his performance did stand out to me.
Outstanding.
So seeing that live,
I haven't seen that film, but I've seen clips of his he's good.
Incredible.
Yeah, he's really good. I don't know. I can't see anyone else really get. I mean, costume awards, I guess. Maybe,
they'll probably give
like
that.
Yeah.
They may just give Ridley, like, you know what I mean, just a nomination just for being Ridley, and being so Ridley.
Yeah, he's Ridley's jokes. He just comes out and says whatever he wants.
He says whatever he wants, and he's just like. When he was asked about Tarantino retiring, he goes,
"I don't care.
Shut up! Just tell him to continue making movies.
I don't care. Like,
start making me. What are you asking? You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. He should
we
be
need
making
more
movies.
of that though.
Yeah,
we've seen too many junkets, so they're just asking dumb questions.
Yeah,
it's like you have literal goats of our industry. Why do you
really?
not?
We could talk about this off thing because bro, it's such a prevailing issue, man.
It's nuts.
Some people are asking ridiculous questions. You know what I mean? And you have such a fantastic opportunity to go literally dive into this art.
Even his, one thing I don't agree with is his thoughts on AI.
Yeah.
And I think Gladiator 2 was one of the ones where I think he wanted. Correct me. I need to fact check this, but I think it was. He wanted to scan people's faces and then just duplicate them into the Colosseum. I think it was that.
And he's fully for AI.
He's for AI because he's saying I can get something done that's going to take 10 man to do in like minutes.
He's trying to take jobs away.
But he's speaking from a privileged position because he's already solidified himself.
Yeah.
And people need to realize the reason why Ridley makes so many films at this clip is because he started late. He mentions that I wanted to be director for this long. Yeah. And when I finally was given the chance, you know what I mean? I was like late 30s. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Going into my 40s. So that's why I'm still making films. You know what I mean? That's why I have the energy because I love this. And he goes, I'm going to do this till the day I die. I was like, wow.
If you love something, you just keep doing it.
I was trying to find something here, but there was something interesting Tarantino said. I think he criticized June. Did you read it?
No. I know he was very high on Joker 2.
Right, he was so that's what it was. He was high on Joker 2.
Roger Avery was very high on it.
He was like,
they watched it whilst being high.
No. Larry's on top form, guys.
So he was praising Joker 2,
and he was praising
I've not watched it, but
so he was praising it because he was saying it was such an FU to the film industry. And to the comic book fans and stuff like that.
Nah, man.
And he said, I respect Todd Phillips was basically saying I made this great first film, which again people may, and
I like the first.
Opinions may vary on that, but he was saying, completely disregard the audience and make the film that you always want to make, kind of thing. And I was like, come on. I understand what you're saying, Quentin, but at the same time, making a good film is better than making a bad film.
Exactly.
Just to spite people.
And on the back of that, he's also getting onto remakes. So this is what he said about June. I don't need to see the story again, he said. I saw Lynch's June a couple of times. I don't need to see the story again. I don't need to see Spice Worms. I don't need to see a movie that says the word spice so dramatically. He's like, and then he said, it's one after another of this remake and that remake. People ask, have you seen June? Have you seen Ripley? Have you seen Shogun? I'm like, no. So
Shogun's original.
No,
apparently it's adapted.
It's adapted.
It's a book. It's a book.
No, there was a TV show in the 1980s.
Was there?
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was to be fair, credit to the show. It was a good show. I watched it.
The original.
It was a pretty good show.
Shogun was phenomenal, man.
Shogun was phenomenal, but they were much more, I would say, in the first film, because obviously times stuff at that time, they were much more sympathetic to the kind of it was more of a white savior thing.
Okay.
Whereas the Shogun that we got wasn't that.
No, it was.
It was so far away from that.
Yeah.
And it was way more rooted in reality of what would have happened at that time.
I don't know. I just find his comments interesting. It comes off so bitter.
No, but it's more coming from nostalgia and kind of old man get off my lawn kind of thing.
But also it's like you like Joker 2. I would love to know what his thoughts are on Joker 1. Are you gonna be like, oh, that's so much like Taxi Driver, I don't care about it? Do you know what I mean? It's just, or it's like King of Comedy, I don't care for it.
Yeah. He was more amped for Joker 2 because it was more of a FU. That was more of his thing, which I disagree with as well.
And that's my issue with this generation sometimes is that Matrix 4.
Yeah.
People are saying, I love it because it's so meta and they made the movie on purpose to middle finger to Warner. Like, I don't care. Make a good film.
Why should I give a crap?
Why are you protesting?
When Jonathan Groff said, Warner Brothers are trying to force us to do another remake, you know what I mean? So we got to put this out, kind of thing. And I'm like, get out of here! This is ridiculous. In the film, he says this in the film.
Oh, is it?
And I was like, no, this is ridiculous.
I've not watched Joker 2.
Yeah,
but I will say, Tarantino can talk like that because his filmography is all original stories.
Yeah.
And he's what's the?
Do you know what Tarantino? It's more of a fear for him of losing his O. I think like in boxing, some boxers are like that. They don't want to lose their O, kind of
like
thing.
have a bad movie.
Yeah, basically. Have like one defeat, one bad movie.
No, I didn't like that Hateful Eight. I didn't like that.
Some people don't like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as well.
That again was a bit. It was good, but it wasn't like.
I think for me, his only bad film was Death Proof. For me, which I've got no time for.
What's the vampire one?
That's Robert Rodriguez.
That wasn't him.
That wasn't him, no.
But he's in it.
Yes.
He stars in it. Okay.
Yeah, I think he wrote the scripts.
He did write the screenplay.
Oh, okay. That's why I'm probably confused.
Yeah. He also wrote the screenplay for True Romance, which is a phenomenal film, directed by
great film
Tony Scott. And this may be a hot take. I think Tony Scott is better than Ridley Scott as a director.
You're trying to start a beef.
I'm just saying, like I prefer his films. If you look at the filmographies, guys. Yeah. Like you'll be like, oh my god, that was so good. That was so good. That, you know what I mean? And you will be doing it all day long.
Deja Vu, Crimson. Oh.
You know what I mean? There you go. Crimson Tide.
Enemy of the State. That's one of my favorite movies.
There you go. You know what I mean?
Top Gun.
Will Smith, of course. No wonder.
You know what I mean? Fair enough.
That is a
True Romance.
I would definitely say Ridley's more so
Man on Fire,
a blockbuster.
100%.
He's got more like he's got Alien and that, so he's got like more well-known movies.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Tony has more like.
These sleepers, isn't it?
Yeah, put it this way: he's got more 4.5 star, 5-star films on Letterboxd than Ridley has.
Yeah, because he's not going for blockbuster stuff. Yes. He's going for like real stories or
just great films,
good solid films. That's a good. I need to revisit that because that's a very good debate.
All right, guys. Oh, this is fun. Took us to a director conversation. Do you have anything else you want to say about Gladiator? Again, go out and watch it, please, man. 15th of November. It's a film to watch in the cinemas, IMAX if you can. You'll be entertained. Lowry, would you want a third? I think they kind of left room for a third as well. They have left room, but I would be happy if they kept it just at 2. Yeah. Thank you. I'm the same. You're the same. Yeah, all right, we got to do SCC scores then out of 10. Hashi, what are you saying? So when I came out, I was at 8.5, and having thought about it and stuff like that, I am gonna. This is a tough one, actually, man. It's because it was a very good film, and I was so entertained, and I'm gonna go watch it again. It's literally between an 8 and an 8.5 for me, and I'm gonna go for 8.5. 8.5. I'm gonna stick on 8.5. Larry, I did mine out of 5, but it'll be equivalent. Yeah. I'm like you. When I came out the cinema, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Fairs. And then the more time I've had to think about it, it has dropped half a star for me. So I'm 4 out of 5, 8 out of 10, basically. Yes. I'll give 8 out of 10. I think 8 is cool. Yeah. A few gripes, like we mentioned, obviously, but overall, it doesn't like hinder the movie too much. Not too, and you're not wasting your money. Like this is a film you pay to watch. It's fully worth. Yeah. However, this will be a great rewatchable film. 100%. I can't wait to rewatch this when it comes on streaming. I might even just go to the cinema, man. What, Fire Stick? Huh? No, joking. Pirate copies. Guys, that was our review for Gladiator 2, directed by Ridley Scott. Let us know in the comments what you thought of the movie. I would love to hear people's thoughts. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when the videos are coming out. And of course, everything Lowry, all of his socials will be down in the description below. So please go check him out. Lowry's with us all week. So see him for more reviews as well. See you soon. Peace.